And hello, everybody. Welcome to our Zoom call. Actually, somebody asked me, what is the topic? And for a second, I was like, what is the topic? What if it's anything you want to know? What if it's really about what would you like to know? What is it you would like to know about your life, your living, breathing, existing, surviving, thriving, and greater possibilities, and more and more. So thank you everyone for being here. And for those of you who know me, I don't have to introduce myself, but I do know there's some wonderful friends here who are joining us for the first time. And thank you for being here. I'm so super grateful. Truly, I'm so super grateful from all over. You guys are from Indonesia, some of you from France, some of you from, I think, Dubai, India, of course, and Slovenia. So welcome everyone, and I'm truly grateful. I'm Chandana Bawa from Delhi, India, and I actually wanted to just hop on to a Zoom and just meet you and ask you what changes are you aware of? What changes have you acknowledged? And what is truly available to you that you haven't yet acknowledged? There's been so much of a change in the past few months with this thing called COVID. All the shifts and changes that it's brought into our lives have been so phenomenal. And when I speak with people, I hear there's a very similar energy underlying everything everybody says. It's always about how terrible life is now, how you're doomed to death, how businesses are finished, how life is over. And it's all about the end. It's almost like it's got an underlying energy of this is the end. And then they go into, but let's see, but maybe once everything gets okay. There's a surety of how doom is spelt out for each one of us, but there is not so much trust that there's a different possibility available. So if that's the energy that we are coming from with our business, with our creations, with our life, with our relationships, what we're really truly creating as our future is exactly that. So just for those few moments to begin with, let's look at an energy that right now in these 10 seconds is you. Tap into that energy. What is the energy that you can recognize? Is it an energy of fear, and an energy of excitement, an energy of peace, an energy of trust, or an energy of insecurity? So I assume you guys got it. Yeah, I'd love some feedback. Yes, thank you.
So except for insecurity or fear, excitement, of something new, everything is there.
Awesome, wonderful, beautiful. Thank you for your shared zeal. And I would love everyone else to also just energy of possibilities. Wow, love it, Ritu. What else? Would anyone else like to share?
Excitement.
Excitement. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, what
I
else?
pick up excitement, but there is fear sometimes which pops up, and it's just how and when. The how and the when, the two questions which one should be out of, do pop up hell of a lot. And it's like
Yeah.
a daily task to tell myself, stop the how, stop the when, move away from here.
I love that, Sunana. Oh my God, I love that. The how and the when. And that's exactly what I actually wanted to talk about. And thank you for bringing up that energy. Because the how and the when is what keeps us in the rational and the predictable way
Yeah.
of choice, of choosing and creating and being. The how and the when. It's like Zeal said there's excitement and there's everything else. There's fear too, and so did Ula said there's excitement, and I think Ritu said an energy of possibilities. Along with all of that, with the energy of excitement and the energy of fear, like you all have heard, you must have heard so very many times that the energy of fear and the energy of excitement is the same. It's a very similar energy. So very often you could be misidentifying fear for excitement or excitement for fear, not recognizing which of the two it truly is. And both of them, they're just an emotion. Both of them distract you, because excitement too is just in the moment. It's not an enthusiasm. This is something that I would really like to bring up. I'm like going all over the place. So before I go to what Chandana was talking about, I'd actually like to talk about this fear and excitement and enthusiasm, the difference. So many of us look at an energy of, wow, I want to do this, but I'm so scared. Or, oh my God, I just want to do this. And don't you see how excited I am? And don't you see, all of that? And then there's an energy of, wow, what else is possible? But there is no drama. There is no really emotion. It's just an energy of trust where you know there's something possible. And that energy of enthusiasm, if you can embody that, if you can start to embody the energy of enthusiasm, you as a being would start to invite possibilities in your world, into your reality. And this is the energy that I really would like to talk about in your business too, because I've just become a Joy of Business facilitator, and I'll be facilitating a 3-day masterclass very soon. And I'm really excited about that. And the energy that has always been very big in my world. So for those of you who know me, I love creating. And many people turn around and tell me, oh my God, you need to slow down. You're too fast. You're just too fast. And I'm like, well, that if I was to slow down, I was to stop. I don't know slowing down. I don't have an accelerator. It's just me being. So how many of you are pressing on the accelerator, trying to get it right, trying to get your speed right, that has you stopping yourselves? Too slow, too fast, and all of that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, popcorn, 9 shots, boys and beyonds. It's like, look at that energy of too fast. Oh my God, you got to be scared. Or you're too excited. Slow down. So either way, it's the way to slow you down or to slow yourself down is by using either of those two emotions. And if you're too slow, there's fear of, oh my God, I can't choose to be fast. What if it destroys me? Or I don't know how to be fast. Can somebody please tell me how and when, like Sunana spoke about? So you see how all these energies are so intermingled, and to actually be that one energy and to go into that other energy, you really want to see what's really holding this in place. So it's like you may be looking at, oh, I'm always doing the how and the when. Okay, what is keeping the how and the when so real and true for you? With your relationships, with your business, with your money flows, with your body, what's keeping the how and when so real and true for you? What if you were willing to look at, it's the fear that you've made so real and true for you, which either goes to fear or excitement, either of which controls you and has you being in the how and the when, instead of looking at what's possible here. And your willingness to be that energy of what is possible here is your willingness. Just a second, I'm just going to mute. Just a second. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So that energy, that is the energy of being the enthusiasm, where there is no speedometer, there is no accelerator. It's just what works for you. It's just what creates greater for you. And it's a willingness to constantly ask, okay, what can I choose now? Okay, where can I go now? Okay, who can show up now? So a few questions that, if you can start to ask every day with your business, can instill the enthusiasm into creating a business, which will bring you out of the how and the when, because that is the byproduct of the fear and excitement. The how and when is a byproduct of your fear and excitement. So if there is no fear and excitement, there is no how and when. There's just trust that there will be. There's just trust that it will show up.
Auntie,
Yeah, darling.
that was beautifully said. But sometimes
Thank
the
you.
mind comes in between. Oh,
Did
it may
you
not
say?
happen
Did you say sometimes?
all the time. So it's like, okay, no, this won't happen. Oh, COVID is going on. Oh, what if you get COVID?
Yeah,
It's
but
so funny.
as you say that, you say you also laugh with that.
I laugh because I know I'm perceiving so many people, and also at the same time, yes, there's some part of the mind where somewhere maybe I'll be believing it. Oh, all those things, the roadblocks, which I am putting myself. I mean, I'm putting in my own way for
So
creating more.
yeah, so what are the roadblocks and what is your mind? Your mind is just a creation that's been made so much greater and bigger than you that actually starts to control you.
Yeah,
So it's like you have a brain. How many of you have misidentified and misapplied the brain for the mind?
me.
So yeah, so you go into business also with the mind instead of the brain. Instead of knowing that you have a brain, and what you have greater than that is an awareness. But what we make bigger than everything else is the mind, is the intelligence of how it should be, instead of knowing that the intelligence that you be is the fun that what you do with your intelligence, the amount of fun that you have with your intelligence, the byproduct of that, it equals to your creativity. And this is something I really want to bring into your worlds, guys. If you're having fun with your intelligence, you are actually being the energy of creation. You're being creativity. But if you're being the energy of thoughts, feelings, emotions, my mind, my what's right, what's wrong, how do I do it, when do I do it, that's when you start to use your IQ. You start to use the intelligence of this reality, which is to get it right, the how and the when. So you have the right answers. And that's not creativity. That's just recreating something somebody else has already created.
Auntie, would you suggest any tool here so that I can stop the chatter and focus on the awareness? Like, is it like,
The
oh, is this
one
belong to?
question I love to share with everybody
Yes.
is to allow yourself to be the head tripper. I mean, after after starting with the tools of access, we start to fight being a head tripper, which keeps us in constant conflict.
Correct.
So what if you don't go into conflict with being a head tripper? And what if you just be in allowance of yourself being a head tripper? And you actually run what energy, space, consciousness can I and my body be to be the biggest head tripper on planet Earth with total ease. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, on 9 shots, boys and beyonds. When you give up the conflict, the fight, the judgment, the wrongness of being a head tripper, that's when you can make a different choice. But if you're going to be in judgment of being a head tripper, if you're going to be fighting with being a head tripper, you're simply going to be creating more situations around you that justify your being a head tripper. Because what does a fight do? It has you justifying your right point of view. So what are you doing when you're fighting being a head tripper? You're just justifying why you're a head tripper. So what can change if you just gave it up and you allowed yourself to be the head tripper and you acknowledged and you started to ask to be the energy space consciousness of being a head tripper. And now from that space, what is possible? Can I now change this? Yes. I hope that explained it to you, Zeel. I know you wanted something more cognitive,
Yeah, thank you for that. No,
cognitive,
not
but bad
cognitive.
me.
Not
I asked
cognitive.
you to be it.
Yeah, my mind is actually calm now.
Awesome, awesome, wonderful.
It's
I
just
love that.
it.
I love what you said. My mind is actually calm now because the conflict within your mind stopped.
Yeah, it did. It's
Yeah.
more like I have more allowance now. Otherwise, so the only thing I wanted to ask is it's let's say it's in polarity. It's like more negative. So does it stop the creation? Is my question. So when you know there's something you're creating, and when your mind functions in between, will it stop the creation?
Your question I didn't really get because your first part was where there's polarity, if there's negative, and the second part was
Yeah,
something very different.
yeah. So the
So,
first
what
part
is
is
your question?
so when mind functions in a, let's say, in a negative way, which is polarity, and will it stop the creation? What you would like to create?
Whether it's a negative way or a positive way, you have turned on your accelerator. If it's negative, you're going to be pressing on the accelerator to slow down. If it's positive, you're going to be pressing harder on the accelerator. You again have hired the accelerator back. The only purpose of an accelerator is so you can modulate when you're going wrong. Oh, let me slow it down, maybe press the brakes. Oh, I finally got it right. Let's press on the accelerator. I got it right. I got it right. Don't you see? I got it right. Either way, darling, you're being controlled by the rightness or the wrongness. A polarity is
Yeah, I do
the
that.
only purpose of a polarity is to limit you and not to know what is possible. But like I said earlier on, what can change if you allowed the fun into the intelligence of what and who you be? You being you is the intelligence of you. The weirdness, the
Wow.
quirkiness, the wackiness, the craziness. You being you is the intelligence of you. And what fun can you instill into the intelligence of you that can have you being the creativity of you? That's where the creativity comes from. It doesn't come from getting it right. It doesn't come from not being wrong. It doesn't come from finally knowing the correct formula. It comes from the intelligence of you and having fun with it, which in this reality we call a business.
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Jyotika had a question. What to do if you want to do 50 things at once? Oh, my love, tell me about it. What if that's a capacity? What if that's not a wrongness? And Jyotika, what if you can
Hi.
actually, hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's so many variety of things I want to do. 50 is minimum. Probably I want to do 10,000 at a time. But it's like 24 hours. I'm like constantly doing variety of things, but I still want to do more and nothing. Things are getting completed also. But is there a way I can expand? And जैसे वो दुर्गा माता के 8 हाथ होते हैं तो doing के लिए होते हैं इतनी सारी if you have to be तो क्या कर सकते हैं being expand के अलावा
You know, Jyotika, this sounds so much like me, humanoids, all of us, wanting to do it all because we just know we can do it and it's so much fun. Okay, so let's go with when you get an awareness of what you can do and be, what you would like to create. The first question you really want to ask is this mine or somebody else's?
Oh,
Okay, you with the awareness that you have, you could be tapping into somebody else's awareness of a creation, somebody else's creation. So you want to ask, is this mine or somebody else's? If it's yours, you want to ask, past, present, or future.
oh.
What if it's yours, but it's an awareness of something that you created in the past, maybe a past lifetime? But it's so, because your awareness is exponentializing, you're getting this awareness of, wow, that's a huge business I can create. Past, present, or future? Is this mine or somebody else's? Is now the time? If now is the time, and always write the ideas down in a diary, like I've always spoken about earlier too. Please write them in a diary so you just have them, and then look at them and ask these questions. The ones that are not yours, cut them out. There and then, cut them out. No, they're not for you, or unless you want to waste your energy. Past, present, or future, if it's the past, let it go. Let it go. Have gratitude for it. Have gratitude for the awareness and let it go. If it's for the present, ask what's required to institute this? Who is required? Who can show up that can have me, that can contribute to us creating this together? If that's the present. If it's a future, give that idea a job to show you when it's ready.
When
If
it is
you're
time.
ready, when it's time. Yeah. You know what we do? We try to force something into existence because we have an idea. It has to be right now because I've got the idea. And don't you see how light it is? So it's got to be for now. So we kind of start to force it into existence. When we force it into existence, at every step there won't be ease, right? So when there is that conflict and there's no ease with the
Makanya,
creation,
nggak
that's
kalau mama makan
that's
yuk
when you
gitu,
want
bukan
to,
disuruh, maksudnya ngajak.
that's when you want to ask, is this even mine? Or am I aware of somebody else's creation? Because remember one thing, guys, if it's consciousness, it's ease. That's the number one thumb rule. If it's not ease, it's not consciousness.
And of late, I've seen that, like, if I'm having hundred thousands of ideas and things and in my mind, and my mind is saying, today I will do this, this is
Yeah.
this, but I end up doing something else only.
Yeah.
And there's certain things which feel like such a big task at this point, but 10 days down the line, it just happens in few hours,
Yeah.
which I
That's the
feel
one.
like would take. So maybe it's now
That's
the
the
time.
one.
I mean, thank
Yes.
you for
Yes.
the
Yeah.
questions.
You're
And
welcome, love.
especially,
Yeah.
just one more thing in
Yes,
this, like,
please, please.
I'll get clear with that. But if you want to read 10 books at a time, you spread all around.
Humanoid, that's what you do. That's how you read. You can never finish a book at one time. You get bored. So allow yourself, and always know the book that would contribute to you in that moment. That's the one you'll pick up. You know, today in the morning, I was going through some questions in my head, and I was asking for clarity around it. And with all the questions that I was asking, I was not getting the clarity. I was like, what is this? What's required here for me to receive the clarity with this? And there was a certain creation and a certain, something there. And I was like, what am I missing here? What am I missing? What am I not willing to receive here? It was like, okay, universe, show me what is it? What's required of me to do and be that can have me receive the clarity? And the moment I asked the question, my hand went to my phone, and I knew I had to click on my recorder. And there was one clearing that I had of Danes, and I just played that. That was the first one that popped. There was no reason why. There was no, it was an old one, almost a year old, and it didn't make sense why. I mean, if I was to look at it, it didn't make sense. It had nothing to do with my question. But I went with my awareness and I was like, okay, this is what's popped and this is what I'm going to. So I clicked on it and I heard it and I played it on a loop and I let it just run for 1 hour. And I was like, I'm not looking for an answer. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just letting this do its job. And I'm receiving. So I let it play, and it kept playing and kept playing and kept playing and kept playing for over an hour. And suddenly there was total clarity. I just knew. I was like, oh, it's right there staring at me, and I'm not willing to look at it. I am not willing to look at it. It's willing to tell us what it is. I am not willing to look at it. So when you ask what's required of me to do and be here, Jyotika, you will always know. The universe will show you. The universe will show you what's required.
Thank you,
Which,
Chanda.
yeah,
And
you're
similarly,
welcome.
I've been asking this question since 3 days, what is required, and,
Yeah.
and I had to go to a meditation at 7, and I just, like you said na, phone पे जाके, and I just click, पूरा देखा भी नहीं, जील शाह दिखा बस, क्या टॉपिक था कुछ भी नहीं पता, क्लिक किया, आप दिख गए, मैंने बोला ओ चंदना है and I got the clarity. Oh, the basic questions I have to ask in mind and this thing now.
Thank
In my
you for
Constantly.
asking. Thank you for asking the universe, honey. That's the one. When you
I
ask
love
the
you.
universe, Jyotika, I love you, sweetie pie. When you ask the universe, it's amazing how it shows you. It's just amazing. And I'm
Mm.
so grateful for you. You know that. And thank you, Zeal, for posting and getting this wonderful lady on board.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Zeel. I'll have to log out now. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're, you're welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. Have a great meditation. So, any more questions on anything? So, Ritu, you had a question on, can you explain what is a head tripper? A head tripper is one who's constantly thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, Ritu. It's one who's constantly thinking. And
Okay,
yeah, so when you're constantly
okay.
thinking, when everything is here, just here, here. Oh, my head, so important because everything comes from here. That's a head tripper. You trip on your head because when every time you want to make a choice, your head comes in the way. So, so you literally trip your way into
Okay,
life.
okay. But and you said, yeah. So so you said that one we should be an allowance of our being a head tripper if that is what we
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and don't go into the wrongness or judgment of it, right?
Yes. Yes, darling. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. You're going
All
into
right. Thanks.
what happened?
Thanks.
What happened to this? 1 second.
So I'd just like to contribute something here, Chandana.
Yes, please, darling.
Because I'm a major head tripper. I think ever since I was born, I've been head tripping. And I felt this tool, interesting point of view, has helped me use head tripping today
Yeah.
in a way where I've been able to get down to the lower causes, the points of views, and
Yeah.
it's helping me to reduce the head tripping because that thing finishes. It
Yeah.
finishes. So
Absolutely.
it's very nice when you said you should be an allowance of yourself for doing the head tripping because I was actually becoming a little judgmental of the fact that I'm doing it.
I
And
know. We all judge ourselves, Sunena, especially after a few years of using the tools. We're like, gosh, I'm still a head tripper. I'm not doing it right. Others have got it better than me. And all of that starts to come in. What is she doing that I'm not doing? No, allow yourself to be it. Acknowledge that I'm a head tripper. Wow, I should be getting a trophy for my head tripping. I'm the best on the planet. Wow. Okay, now if I don't have to fight it, now what? Now what? It's just an energy. It's just something that's available. Would you like to choose it? Now, if you have choice instead of resistance, what would you choose?
choice.
Allowance, yeah, allowance, interesting point of view, can change your life in ways that are magnificent. Yeah. So, any questions, guys?
Auntie, I've written a question in the comment if you can
Yes, I
answer.
will read that. We judge our judgments. I surely can. Yeah.
No, before that.
Oh, before that? It's an idea and awareness. Isn't an awareness valid for 10 seconds? Yes. Can you explain this? Any awareness? Sure. That's a great question. So an idea, when it comes up as an awareness, it comes and it goes. It's a whisper. An idea, when you hold on to it and now start to bisect it. Is this right? Is this wrong? Is that the way to do it? Is this the way to do it? You made it heavy for you. So now what you can receive from that is what has already been created in the past. You cannot receive what is true for you, which the awareness started out as. And that's how we kill our very creations. Our creativity we destroy, because we have an awareness and we are like, oh wow, okay, that's a great awareness, I can do that. Let me see how did the others do it so I can get it right. Now what you've gone into is just destroying what is truly something different and something that was really available for you. Instead, if you have an awareness and you look at it and you're like, wow, okay, what's possible with that? What's required? Is this for me or somebody else? Again, when you go into the questions, and be willing to be irrational and unpredictable with your business. When you're willing to be unpredictable and irrational with your business is when the awareness shows up. When you are operating in the space of predictability and rationality, all that you get is the right way versus the wrong way. You get the rightness versus the wrongness. You do not receive awareness. So when you said it's valid for every 10 seconds, yes, awareness is valid for 10 seconds, which is why you ask a question, which allows the awareness to give you another awareness. It's like, what are the elements of creation, right? Question, choice, possibility, contribution. With the question, you get the awareness. With the choice, when you make a choice, you receive the awareness. But you've got to make a choice. You ask a question and then you go into conclusion, you killed it. This reality operates as, okay, I will go into questions. I'm using the tools of access. I have to ask a question. Okay, I'll ask a question. And then what follows after that is a conclusion, because you just got an awareness. So instead of looking at it and saying, oh, okay, I got an awareness and now I'm choosing that and that's the right choice to make, you just killed it. Instead, you ask a question, you choose, you get an awareness. Look at the possibilities available by asking more questions around that. Every choice opens a different possibility. And with every question you ask another question. That is the 10-second increment love. So the minute you make your awareness more than 10 seconds, the minute you hold on to it, you just killed it.
So if we ask questions, we don't kill it, right? When we make it solid, or when we conclude that,
Yes.
oh, this is the only way, or something like that, that's when we kill it, right?
Yes. When you judge an awareness, you're forcing creation through judgment, which is destruction. You think you're creating, but you're forcing creation through judgment. When you're creating with awareness of what is possible and the possibilities and the lightness of it, it's just ease, and there is no judgment. There is no destruction. With every choice you make, there's a fresh possibility. Did you get that, darling?
Yes, that was beautiful.
Thank you for asking. Yes. Somebody had a question.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question.
Hi, sure.
Hi,
Yeah.
hi, Chandana. This is
Hi.
Sarik. Chandana, could you please speak more on allowance, and if you could, give an example, because I'm a little confused between allowance and allowing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, a lot of difference, honey. So allowance is when you have no point of view, your interesting point of view. Okay, your allowance is to be interesting point of view. Allowing is giving permission. Okay, so the two energies are really different. Allowance is where there is no right and wrong. You're an allowance of whatever shows up. You're an allowance of going with your awareness, creating a business. You're an allowance of it bringing you no money, knowing there's something greater with that. Not judging it because, oh my God, my business was a failure because it brought me no money. How
So
many of us
allowance
have
is
done that?
basically no right and wrong, good and bad, just
Yes.
going with that energy,
Yes.
right?
Allowance is a rock in the stream, like Gary and Dane talk about. It's a rock in the stream. It doesn't stop the water. It doesn't flow away with the water. It just is.
Wow, thank you.
It doesn't complain the water's too hot or the water's too cold or the water's flowing too fast or too slow. It just is. That's what allowance is, the rock in the stream.
Samir, I'd like to ask you here, if supposedly somebody, if there's a demise and you've, loss of your loved one, so
Yeah.
what we ask is allowance to, to bear that or loss. Is it that is what we ask for?
Sure, if that's light for you, you could also ask to honor their choices that they're making and to be an allowance of the choice that they're making.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
And when you have no point of view of what is right and wrong, that's when you can be an allowance of what people choose.
Right.
When you have a point of view of what is right, and like death is wrong and birth is right, when you have that point of view, that is when you're not able to be an allowance of people moving on. Because you have a point of view that death is wrong. But when you have a point of view, when you have no point of view of death or birth, and you look at all of it as a choice, is when you can actually be an allowance of people moving on.
And with birth in the family, with a baby in the family, just born in the family, the happiness and that's also an allowance. What is that in that respect? The happiness that comes with with the new baby in the house.
Is that a happiness for the new baby, or is that the possibilities and the magic and the mysteries that being is being for you and bringing into your life that is so infectious, that has your world expanding?
Yes, this is so much lighter. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
I was
welcome.
with this. Yeah, thank you. Oh, one more thing, Chandana, one more question,
Yes,
please.
please go ahead.
Again, this must have been repeated so many times, but it's showing up to me right now, so I'll put it across.
Sure.
What is the difference between awareness, consciousness, and being conscious?
Wow, I love it. So consciousness includes everything. I'll go with consciousness first. Consciousness includes everything with no judgment of it. No good, no bad. It just includes everything. The good,
Right.
the bad, the ugly, the terrible, everything. All right? Being conscious, when you're looking at conscious, you're looking at asking a question. You're looking at being aware of what your choice will create. Being conscious is knowing that every choice you make will create a future. Right? And awareness is your willingness to know what you know.
Right. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so
Can
sweet.
you just
Thank you for that question. Thank you,
can you
darling.
just repeat what's allowing you mentioned? Allowance, yes, I got. What's allowing?
Allowing is giving permission.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. So, do we have any questions on business during the COVID time?
Yes.
Yes, Anu. Hi, Anu.
Hi. You just brought tears to my eyes because I realized it's been 2.5 months. I missed you so much in these
Oh, I miss
classes.
you too, honey. I miss you too. Now I have
And I'm
tears
so
in my eyes.
grateful to the universe for this class and for this. Thank you, Chandana.
Thank you
I
for
actually
you, my
had
sweetheart.
I had two questions, Chandana.
Yes.
One is related to the fact that every time I kind of label myself with I do this, I do that, the way the world, the current reality would like to label us. And then suddenly someone wants to know more about it, or they want me to talk about it in a public sphere. The moment I get questioned on what I do and how I do it, and how, even if I have done it for 20 long years, I suddenly feel like, oh my God, these they're going to call my bluff. I'm not going to make it. And I'm just, and then I tend to ignore that whole situation,
Okay,
which is what I would.
Anu, just stop a moment, my love. When you said they're going to call my bluff,
Yes.
do you value and do you trust who and what you be?
That's what I think I do, but the truth is no.
Yeah. So when you don't value and trust who and what you be, you're always scared of being exposed and being called on my bluff. Like, oh my God, they're going to catch me and they're going to say she's bluff. She's bluffing the world. She's just a cheat. But if you are you willing to value what you know and who you be and what you do? It's like if a person is selling, if a person is in the market selling, I don't know what to, maybe noodles. Let's just go with noodles, okay? Person selling noodles. Why would he expect people to buy his when there are thousand other brands available out there? Why would they buy his?
Something more valuable that's coming from that product.
Yes, something more valuable, something different, something that
Yeah.
is a gift that people are willing to pay for, that people are willing to receive. But if you look at it and say, oh, it's just a packet of noodles, so many noodles in the market, who's going to buy it? They're going to buy mine and get to know it's not even good enough. Now look at that energy. Is that really going to create for
Yeah.
him or for the
No.
business? Because your
No.
business is what you do and what you be, whatever it may be. It may be if you're facilitating classes, and if you don't trust you and you don't value what you know, the world will see that. They will see that. Especially if we are in the energy work, the world sees it. Your energies talk before you can open your mouth. Your energy talks. Your energy speaks louder. So if you don't trust what you do and what you be, and you're out there trying to sell yourself, literally sell yourself, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be selling yourself. Is selling yourself fun? There is
No.
no receiving in that. There is no gifting in that. It's about please take me, please take my product. Please take my product. But instead, if you start to look at it as this space of, wow, I value what I know and I value who I be, and I'm here like a beacon, a light, and if you would like, I'm right here. I'm not going to step down. I'm not going to give up what I know. You want to come with me? I'm right here. And shine so bright that everybody sees you. But don't judge yourself for how many choose you. Everything that brought up, can you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, poison, beyonds. How many times do you judge yourself because you didn't get chosen and somebody else got chosen? You're waiting to be the chosen one. You're waiting to be chosen instead of being the choosing one. I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to shine. I'm choosing to be so brilliant. But you're not depending on people to choose you, Anu. Are you willing to be that? Are you willing to be so bright? Are you willing to shine with what you know and who you be? So people can find you. And you're not dependent on them choosing you or you being the chosen one, but you being the choosing one. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys and beyonds.
Such a phenomenal conversation. I'm so glad to be here.
Channa,
Thank you.
Yeah, darling.
Channa, hi, Channa.
Hi. Did
Hi.
Anu? Did Anu go off? I think she did.
At
Oh, okay.
I did. At that point when you said, you need to be the chosen one, I lost you completely. So
No, you don't need to be the chosen one. You want to be the choosing one.
yes, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
you want to be the choosing one, guys. Stop waiting to be chosen. You know, like those olden times when you watch those movies, Little Women, where those women would just be sitting waiting for the man to come and choose them. Stop being that. Stop being that. Choose. Choose for yourself what creates for you. And choose to be that.
You just change the energy for me from
Awesome.
selling myself to gifting. I just
Yes.
absolutely love that.
Yes, 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 yes. You got to look at yourself as a gift for someone to choose you, for you to be seen, for you to choose to be gifted to and to be received.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Chandana. I
You're
had a
welcome,
second
Anna.
question.
Yes, darling.
I had a small
Just a
one
second.
added
Kanika,
to.
is your question connected to this one? Okay, we'll go to Kanika and then I'll come to you, Anu. Yeah, Kanika.
I mean, in business, everything is
Hello.
connected. Hi. So, I don't know. I mean, in business, everything is connected, right? I don't know
Yeah.
where the started, where the stop is. So, Chana, can you speak on the energy of where I have calibrated my success with the amount of money that I have received?
Yeah.
So wherever I defined, wherever I valued myself on the basis of the money that I receive or the money that I earn, I've
Yeah.
always defined my success in terms of, okay, how much, and I've defined my success and my value in terms of how much I'm getting, how much I'm earning, and this reality is so this.
That's such a great question, Kanika, and thank you for this question because most of us have lumped money and business together, right? We all have. But what if money is different and business is different? And where have you decided you are successful only when you have the money? And whose point of view is that?
Yeah. And the whole basis, what happens is I lose out on the joy of business. I lose out on the joy of creation here. Because everywhere I've valued, okay, this much money means I'm successful. This
Yeah.
if I don't earn money, I'm not successful.
Absolutely, big one. Thank you for that. And I know you're probably speaking for lots of people on the call right now. And because that's what generally people come into a business class with. I want to come into business so I can make more money. It's an equation. Business equals to money. And if there's less money, bad business, more money, good business. These are the equations that have been set out for us to believe and buy. Which is why I asked you, who does that belong to? And what did you know? What did you know when you started your business that you're not willing to know now? What did you know when you started your business that you're not willing to know now? And who did you give that up for? Are you willing to reclaim it and outcreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pockle, 9 shots, boys and beyonds.
All these objectives, the definitions of money that we have, the reference points that we go through, okay, means, okay, money means, going to the referencing of the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of this is so.
So how much have you intertwined business with money and money with business? And how many lifetimes has it been lumped and intertwined together that doesn't allow you to know what you know about business and about money? And everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, on 9 shots, poison beyonds. What do I know about business that nobody else does? What if you could start to ask this question every day? And the name of the class itself is Joy of Business. Like joy of business, oh my God, it's hard work of business, it's pain of business, conflict of business, it's everything bad of business. Who said joy of business? Only if I have the money, I'll have the joy of business. So you see, that's a direct, you're waiting to have the money, have the joy of business. What if the joy of business is your willingness to be alive, to truly be alive? Because when you are alive is when you're creating. And this goes to the same conversation like we had before. When you're willing to instill the joy into the intelligence of who you be, is when you're willing to be the creativity. Till then, you're just doing artificial intelligence and you're just doing suffering or business. Right, drunk, bad, papa, 9 shots, poison beyonds. Okay, so Anu, darling, your question. Kanika, did that clarify it for you, love? I
Yeah.
know you wanted an answer. I would like you to ask, what is business for me?
Yeah. Like you said, business for me was purely money.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for that, Kanika, because it's not just you, it's probably all of us. There's so many points of views. You only do money because you only do business because you need money.
Yeah.
You do business to survive. It's like something that I heard as a child, I remember. It's really funny because it's just showing up now. It's a man's introduction is his business, I was told by a friend. A man's introduction is his business. A woman's introduction are her looks. This is what I was told by my friend in college. And I was like, wow. And at that time, I tried to understand the depth of what she had said. Wow, it sounds so magical. 16-year-old girls talking like this. An introduction. A man's introduction is his business, and a woman's introduction are her looks. I'm talking about 1984, 85, right? I was like, wow. So I got to look really good to be introduced properly. And whoever the man is has to be really good in business so he can be introduced properly. Where did we go? Guys, where did you go? How heavy is that? How heavy is that? Now when I think about it, thank you for this. I don't know where this came up from. It makes me laugh. But today it makes me laugh. Like, wow. How many lies have we been sold? And are we perpetrating on others? So this lie is never exposed. Would you be willing to expose this lie by asking what's true for you? I turn good, bad, pot, on 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Yeah. Anu, tell me, darling. Let me take your question.
Yes, Chandana, before this, you sent a small thing on WhatsApp which said the business of life. It hit me somewhere, I don't know where, that I came rolling into this class. And so thank you so much for it. I guess I just have to tell you, you're such a gift. You're such a gift. I want to, you're making me, oh, anyways, thank you so much. I just want to say that. But yeah, coming to my question, Chandana, I love people who write. I love writing myself, and I think I have something in me. I believe, and I've been told as well, it's all there that I need to put things to paper. And I have ideas of writing book, articles, and this is forever and ever. But when it comes to actually writing, I never do, including keeping a notebook in hand to write down, let's say, even a clearing, which I know that I need to refer to after a point. So
is writing too slow
every
for you?
writing,
Is writing too slow for you?
yes.
Yeah. So everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate that?
Oh, wow. Thank you. Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, park, online shots, boys and beyonds. What if you didn't have to write everything there? What if you could speak into maybe a recording and ask someone to transcribe it for you?
Right.
Are you willing to do that? You don't sound like that's fun. That doesn't sound like fun for you.
I've tried it, but ultimately I need to have those words for myself written form, because I write, my feelings, I emote when I write. But somewhere I just don't get down to pen and paper. I feel like I love writing, then why is it that I don't get into writing? That's the question.
Is that yours or is that somebody else's? Which part of the two is you? That I enjoy
The part
or I don't?
in my head, I am writing all the time. I have like 500 books to my name. I have all the articles that I could have published, and I'm this
Yeah.
awesome orator who's talking about everything that could be written. But have I written even one piece? So yes, I love the idea of writing.
Is that, I like what you just said, I love the idea of writing. Is that your safe zone?
Yes.
And did you run away to that every time? Did you run away to that as a child every time something showed up in your life?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, what, work, online shots, poison, beyonds. So it's almost like you've created a safe zone for yourself. But, oh, this intensity is too much. I got to run away from here. Where do I go? Let me just go grab my diary, my pen, and write.
Or read something someone else has written, and personalize it, and then feel that I'm the heroine in that.
Okay. So all the invented realities to escape this reality that you're using as a coping mechanism, would you destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, park, online shots, poison, beyonds. What if what you have is truly a capacity?
Mm-hmm.
And how much are you using it to escape the capacity?
Everything.
Right, wrong,
I
good, bad,
run.
online shots, poison, beyonds. What if you didn't have to run away? And what are you running away from?
Me.
And
Everything I expect of myself.
are you also running away from the success that could bring you?
Oh, totally. Because
So,
that will alienate so many others.
That. So you'd rather keep it in your head so nobody gets the magic of what you know is possible. So you are not the gift that you know you can be. And you refuse to receive what you could from that capacity. So you'd rather have people than be the gift to the world.
Yes.
So everywhere that you're shutting down, everywhere that you've created a runaway zone, a safe zone, a free zone for yourself where you can be you, an invented reality so you can be you, that has you also having the people so you don't lose them, and also has you having your reality so you can keep writing in your head. Can you please destroy and uncreate that separation? Yes? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, popcorn,
Yes.
night, shots, poison, beyonds. And now, what's possible if there was no separation? And what is possible if you were willing for your capacity to be the beacon of light, even if it blinded those around you?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, popcorn, line shots, poison, beyonds. Wow.
I want to be the gift that I can be.
And to be the gift, are you willing? Would you rather have the people that would require you to stay small, or are you willing to be all of you and to have those who can receive you?
Have all of those who want to receive me.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, poison, beyond. So what's required here? Show me, universe, what's required? What's required of me to do and be today that can have me claim, own, and acknowledge my capacity right away? And everything that doesn't allow that, right? And everything I'm doing and being to stop that, destroy and uncreate all of that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online shots, boys and beyonds. Anu, I would really like you to ask this question, honey, for the next few days. The willingness to claim, own, and acknowledge Your capacity is your willingness to be seen. And it requires you to acknowledge yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, popcorn, 9 shots, poison, beyonds. Yeah, the message that actually I sent you was, if you're breathing, you're in business, something like that, right? If you're alive, it's like, what if all of you, each one of you today, what if each one of you today acknowledge that you're in business? Each one of you. Whether you have a cognitive business or not. Whether you're 5 years old, whether you're 80 years old. If you're living and breathing right now, what would it be like if you could acknowledge that you are in business? In the business of living. And now, what would you like that business to look like? For me, this class is not, for me, business, for me, this class is, it's not about just the business. It's really about the business, of course, because it is about business. There's a lot about business. Yet it's about how we stop ourselves by being something else. So we don't be all of us that can have us shine and be what we set out to be in business. Yes, my love. Good to see you, Sam.
So thank you, Kanika, for bringing up that energy of, how money and success and the equation. Notice there are so many spaces we've made so real, so real. Like you know it from here, but you don't know what to do with or how to shift. So what are the daily questions or energies that we can ask to really outcreate this realness, which is actually not real? And it's like, I know it from the head, but when it really comes to being the energy of, you know what, that's a lie.
Yeah.
And so just wondering if we can ask any questions that
Just
is
ask.
everywhere.
Yeah.
What's so real about all of this, and why are we still holding on to, although we know it from the head, what would it take for us to be that knowing of, you know what? Yeah. What would it take us?
Yeah. And your willingness to ask, what's the value of holding on to this reality? Is your willingness to question it. Because this reality is exactly what you just spoke about. We know it doesn't make sense. We know it doesn't work. We know it. So many people before us have gone and tried it out. It's not worked for them. Well, so we are still hoping we'll still do it the same way and might work for me. I might be happy doing it this old way. I might be happy because everybody else before me did it.
It's like dearly hoping.
Yeah. And they looked happy, right? They looked happy. They showed they were happy. Were they really happy? Did you know that was a lie? Yeah, you always knew that was a lie. Even if they showed you that they were happy. So which of the two are you buying as real? That they are happy or that they are a lie? Or that they were not happy? Which of the two have you bought as real for you?
They're not. It's a lie for sure.
Yeah, it's a lie for sure. But what do you trust?
It's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You trust what you see, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're supposed to trust. You trust what you see. So I see that they look so happy. Don't you see when they go to parties, they look so happy? Don't you see, my God, they have such a big house and they have so much of jewelry and they have so much money. They are so happy. They look happy, but they look happy, but they look happy, but they look happy. All the time your awareness saying, shit, they suck, man. They suck. They're so miserable. But they look happy, but they look happy. And is that the conflict that you've created for yourself? All of you have created for yourself in this reality.
So true.
Yeah. So what would it be like? And ask, what's the value of holding on to this reality? And what expectations do I have from it? Ask this question. We have expectations from this reality that if I do it well enough, if I do it just right enough, finally this reality will accept me. We're coming from that space of the need to be accepted. But that's the biggest lie. You're never going to be accepted because you're different, period. You are different. Acknowledge that, and claim that difference. Acceptance is something that you as a humanoid are not going to be finding very easily. To be accepted, you have to give up who you be. Acceptance is a lie.
That's such a conflictual place.
Yeah.
Every time you seesaw between this reality and what you truly know is to be.
Yeah. And how different would you have to be, Sam? How much of you would you have to claim more of?
Way too much.
And are you willing to claim that? It's like we're just on the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole world out there. Are you willing to explore it? But to explore it, you got to put your both feet on the iceberg. You can't have 1 foot on this iceberg and 1 foot on the land and then try to explore this iceberg. You will stay on the tip, jumping between both. So everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah. Anu! Yay!
Auntie, can I ask you a question?
Yes, love, sure.
Firstly, so Nana said thank you for the contribution.
Thank
It
you.
dropped off, I believe. And can you talk about bargain? Like, this reality has a lot of bargain and stuff.
Bargaining is you not valuing who you be, what you be.
Yeah, but customers bargain, like apart from access, like we know how access works, but apart from access, when you have different businesses and people love offers and stuff, so how do you deal with that?
Offers is a way of manipulating people into buying your stuff. Bargaining is a different energy.
Okay, let's say I'm a
What?
makeup artist and there are a lot of clients who come like, okay, the other person is giving me at this price, and they bargain so much to receive
So
that
what
product.
I would love to do there is I would turn around and smile at them and say, you know what, go there.
Yeah, when you were explaining, I thought of the same thing.
Yeah, let them go. The moment you value what you know and what you have and what you as a makeup artist be, people will start to value you. But you got to value you for that. In this reality, people attach value to you by the amount of money that you charge.
Yeah.
So are you willing to be that in this reality? If that's what they want, are you willing to be that for them?
Yes.
That's what it
So,
takes for them to value you.
so what if then there's a sense of a little bit of fear is there. I don't know if it's mine of losing customers or something like that, or
How much fun can I have losing all my customers so I can have every person on the planet as my customer?
Wow, thank you for that.
When you hold on to one, look at that energy. You're holding on with both your hands to one person. Don't go, don't go, don't go. And there are 1,000 others walking around looking, but you're not even being that beautiful energy of, come, I'm here. Because you're so busy holding on to that one.
Right.
If you were willing to let that go, how much space could that create for you to receive?
Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, darling. You're welcome, honey. So, looks like we've had a wonderful call. I've loved every minute of it, guys. And thank you for hopping on. Thank you for creating this, ladies. And I don't know if we have any questions from Slovenia or from Jakarta. Indonesia or from France? And
Hello, Chandana.
hello, lovely.
I have a personal question.
Yes.
You say many things that really touch me, so I'm concerned. Thank you for that. Thank you for the contribution. And I have a last question. I realized that every time I launch many creations, really I give energy to create it and give it manifestation. And after I put it somewhere and I doesn't care it. I don't care to eat. Sorry, my brain is
That's
confused.
fine.
So it's like the creation go up and then because I don't care, go down.
Yeah.
And I start it all the time, up, down, up, down. It's like I have to start again every time. And I'm
There's
tired about it.
Yeah, and there's this beautiful section in the class that we talk about the energy of generation, creation, and maintenance. The energy of being the willingness to be the three energies: institution. Sorry, said it wrong. The institutive energy, the generative energy, and the maintenance energy, which is also very important. So for the three energies, for you to be willing to be that for your business, is you're willing to know what's required. You're willing to have the idea. Are you willing to institute that into creation? And now, are you willing to maintain it by being the generative energy with it? Because when we are not willing to be that, we kill it. A little bit of a certain level of maintenance just does go into our business. And we talk a lot about this in the class, and I'm really looking forward to our class. It's actually on the 28th of September.
I'm excited to share that.
Yes, please, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you so much to each of them who have actually joined the call. Thank you so much from different parts of the world, from different time zones. We are so grateful that you guys join. So we have a business done different class with Chandana that is starting on the 28th of February and goes on to 28th of September. I think I'm living in a different zone. Maybe it's your future class. It's 28th
Maybe the future class.
Yeah, 28th of September, starting this month, and we go on till 1st of October. And the timings are 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Indian Standard Timing. Don't worry, I will be sharing the details right away in the box, in the message box. You can feel free to copy it or just feel free to get in touch with me. My name is Samantha and I've left my phone number. If not anything, just copy the phone number on your contact list and feel free to give me a call or leave a message so we can write back to you with further details. Thank you so much, Anna, for having this contribution call.
Sam.
It's always a joy of how beautifully you just flow with your gifting. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, lovelies. Thank you, Zee.
Thank you. It was a wonderful call.
Bye.
Thank you. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Chandana.